What are we thinking? Do we have time to run walls?
Touchdown! Oh, Kenyon Drake! A miracle! Miraculous in Miami!
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it.
Philly special. Ready?
It's Hester trying to work it back to the middle. Gets past the first wave, and here he goes. It's Hester inside the 30. Hester's going to take it all the way for a touchdown. And no flag, 92 yards.
What's happening? It's your boy Tony P. Fuck Rob Thomas. He's here. He's happy. Chiefs won, finally.
What was it? I guess I got my swagger back.
Aren't you going to moonwalk out of the shot now?
No, it's going to take me about 5 minutes to get up.
Too lazy to get up. My
knees are fucked. Looks like I'm moonwalking generally anyway these days.
Well, at least your belly's not out for a change.
We'll see. Still time.
Still plenty of time. Sorry, I just...
It's the first week all 3 teams have won.
Might be. That's why we're all having beers, isn't it?
First time your
Chin
team's won, innit?
Cheers.
Feels like that.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well.
Just a little cheeky cheers there. Don't spill your bevy on me.
Big thanks to Dill.
Big Dilsh.
Does Dilsh listen to this or not?
Probably not, because I don't think he likes you.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think he like, he's always calling me a cunt, so I'm not sure if he listens or not. But I'll take your beers for free anyway, Dilsh.
Yeah. They're nice though, aren't they?
Lovely.
That's what I was going to drink on Sunday, but I felt like shit.
Why did you feel so bad?
I don't know. I think it was because I didn't have the Dolphins game to look forward to.
It's too culture for you, that.
It's not very nice.
True, though.
I'm not giving us shit again.
You just cared about your belly in the first day.
I'll have you know.
Yeah, but that's I eat fat as well.
I'll have you know I'm 25% Polish, which means that I should definitely am more cultured than you.
Just means he's probably drinking.
Okay, sound. Okay. Tell us something about the Polish culture.
Absolutely nothing.
Exactly.
What's the capital?
As if I know that. Warsaw. Krakow. Was he?
I don't know. I don't think Mark knows. Mark's definitely just said that.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. I'll go with that.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I'll go with whatever that one is, yeah.
No, it is Warsaw.
Oh, fucking there he go. It's fucking smashing it.
Just fucking put it on properly.
So 25% Polish and 100% right. Fucking great.
Is that on your mum or dad's side, the Polish?
What are you doing, Mark? Do you know what you're doing?
No, he hasn't got a fucking
Keep spinning it round, tighten it.
He's practicing his
righty tighty, lefty loosey. Come
practicing his technique.
What are you, Mark?
I mean, I wouldn't know how you do it, Mark, but definitely doesn't look like that.
You with them little fingers, would you?
No, I mean, it'd be great. I'd be great to fucking...
get inside it, can't he? With his little fingers. How we all been?
Good.
Have had a good week? Did you stay up and watch it on Thursday, Tony?
No. I know.
You finished, aren't you?
No, do you know what, right? So I had it in my head. My man has the baby on Friday.
Yeah.
So I was like, I could potentially stay up, go to work, and then get my head down. But I thought, you know what? We're going to get smacked. So I'm going to go to bed. And anyway, the baby woke up. Perfect timing, just as the fourth quarter started. So made the milk, Game Pass on, screen on.
Yeah.
Watching the game, feeding the baby. It might have took slightly longer than what she needed, but the game was on. And the Dolphins turned it on the fourth quarter.
Fucking madness, wasn't it?
So it looked, we were winning 6-3 when I turned it on.
Yeah.
So I was absolutely made up that I didn't stay up because I thought, if I'd have stayed up here, I'd have wasted like 2.5 hours.
You ended up going to bed because it was that shit.
Yeah, and I'd just regretted it all. Instead, I woke up on a high because Dolphins literally dominated from when I watched till the end.
Yeah.
The defense is back, innit? Flores is back.
We'll see.
Flores is back on play calling, and you can tell. We've gone back to the old school.
The big man trying to run it in for a touchdown.
What? By the way, that was some fucking...
It would have been a great play. It wasn't about 4 things wrong with it.
Yeah, if it wasn't illegal...
I can't understand how we threw through the ball to him.
He wasn't. He was throwing it.
He just threw it, to be honest.
And he's just instinctively
if you look, Gaskin is just like there.
Yeah, to the right of him. Yeah.
To the right.
Yeah.
So I think Gaskin would have caught it, but he'd got nailed as soon as he caught it, whereas obviously he just fucking
Hunt got it. Made a couple of moves.
he just fucking shown he's got skills.
Good,
And he's
good feet for a big man.
lightning over 5 yards.
Exactly.
And then he dived in, and it was like he's going to break his neck. He's definitely going to break his
Memes of
neck.
him are going round the bloody.
I was like, he's definitely going to break his neck. And then he got up, and I was like, fucking hell, he survived. That's a plus.
It's the best thing your O-line have
But you know
done
when you know,
all season.
you know when you know that's not going to count.
Yeah.
So he's sitting there watching it, going, well, that's not going to count.
Does he for a few seconds think is the next? Is he designated?
Not full.
No.
Not
Like for,
no.
like for that split
At no
second,
point.
Not for 1
Literally, I watched it. I
second.
was like, "Oh, well, that was fun," but it's
was
getting
like-
called back.
But it was like, what? Why has he done it? Like, obviously, I know he had to catch the ball to make sure that it wasn't like intercepted or a turnover. But it was like, to be fair, it was probably one of the best plays you'll ever see that won't count. It was up there with Hopkins' catch against the Dolphins that didn't count.
Yeah.
Where it was like he caught it through his legs.
and you're comparing what happened on Thursday to that.
I'd say this was more spectacular.
What about you, Mark? How was your weekend?
Yeah, it was nice.
So you didn't little come down with me. Did you know
Yeah,
this,
of
by the
course.
way?
Oh,
Mark's middle class now. Him and his little middle class press conference.
you never said
Him and his
this.
middle class press conference have a little come down with me.
So
every-
this is like the final
No.
one this weekend.
So he never said this on the way here. He said no. He was very.
Because it would have been lost.
Shy.
It would have been lost on you. So
So he was basically
Yeah,
said,
really.
"Oh, we went out with like fucking couple of people."
No, they never
outside."
went out.
Went
They
out to
stayed
their
in
house.
to someone's house. Had to come down with me. They were all doing karaoke, but didn't have karaoke, so they just all grabbed the
so
bottle
YouTube.
and was singing into a bottle using YouTube. So you can imagine how audible that sounded.
What the fuck,
And then,
man? So it must be bad because he didn't tell me.
yeah.
Do you know
And
what
then
I
they were
mean?
gambling. You know, them little felts you get with the roulette and the.
So why
Blackjack.
has he told you this?
But didn't I've seen it on Facebook.
yeah, and Rob
Is,
stalks everyone's
and,
birds,
and,
that's why.
Fucking hell.
and there's no real money involved, so you can imagine how shit that was.
So what? You gambled with fake money?
It was just a bit of a laugh.
No wonder. No
Nah,
wonder.
it's not a laugh.
No wonder you didn't tell me any of this.
Gambling's not a laugh, Mark. Come on.
If the fun stops.
You carry on.
No, but if the fun stops because you're not playing for any money, then stop.
Yeah, where's the fun? So how was your come down with me?
Good.
you win?
What score did they get?
They actually done very well. I think they won it.
Oh,
So how many of you were involved in this?
3 couples.
3.
Fucking hell.
That's when
So what did you do at the end? Did you put your hold up your placard? with-
Scorecards and all
You
that sort of
never.
stuff.
they
Did you hold it up
They
like
filmed
this?
themselves in the bedrooms on their own, giving scorecards.
I bet you did as well, didn't you? Oh my God. Did you really?
Tony,
Did you
it is
really?
more than life just an argument, Mrs. going, right.
Did you really? Did you really get in and go 6?
Oh, well, you do all the fucking...
Oh, well, why didn't you vote them all at one then and just fucking make sure
Yeah,
you
why
won?
didn't you ruin it?
Because, do you know what? So,
It seems a
There's
nice
more
thing.
to life.
It seems a nice
Yeah.
thing, but you just don't let him know that you've done it.
well, I didn't make it out me way, go out my way to tell him. It was just Jane put it on
You should have
Facebook.
told him not to say it on this podcast tonight.
It sounds like a middle class nightmare. Is what it sounds.
Oh, look,
like.
listen to fucking
Let's
you.
do
you
come down with me
wild
because we
cheese.
haven't got any jokes between us.
Because we haven't got...
Because we're all
wild cheese
fucking
night.
boring cunts. Let's do come down with me.
Oh, you've touched the nerve now.
Sad
You've
bastards.
touched the nerve.
Oh, sorry, you're going scally today, are you?
Yes.
For when you're on your other pod on a Monday night, you go middle class when you want it suits, don't you?
Well, middle class Mondays, innit?
It's Tory, innit? Tory Rob.
Curry Wednesdays, middle class Mondays.
Sounds like a Weatherspoon night, that, doesn't it?
That was hence Curry Wednesdays, you fucking idiot.
Tory Rob.
You're such a fucking idiot sometimes.
He just likes to explain jokes, Rob, that's all.
Especially yours, because some obscure jokes sometimes.
Yeah, it's problems my obscure jokes. It's not your lack of knowledge on anything. Oh, so what about Sunday? What you up to Sunday? Just sit in and watch the games.
I went kicking.
Yeah, he told us.
So I
Tony's getting
Did
his,
it live up in real life to what you thought you could do?
No, I was a bit disappointed in the fact that I had me
You were
car
shit.
whoa, that word never come out of my mouth. I had my car keys and my phone, and I don't know if you've seen, but my phone's a bit weighty, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, it's one of them where you go,
What distance you reckon you got?
not that far, because I was more going for accuracy, you see.
Right.
Because Ade said to me,
Did you get it between the posts?
Well, no post, he told us before.
Field.
He just said kick it straight.
It's middle of field.
Yeah, well, you imagine it because you're saying accuracy.
Yeah. So, no, you can fucking see straight. Maybe you can't, but, the rest of us can see in a straight line. And so, literally, Ade goes, go on, kick it straight. So, yeah, kicked it straight. I can't be a punter. I'll tell you that right now. But field goals, yeah.
short ones, chip shots.
No, but then obviously, you know, once you lose a bit of this and you put it a bit of, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, once you're insane,
build up a bit of muscle, and you know, you start doing it regularly.
Bit of muscle memory.
Then obviously the yardage comes, but accuracy is the main thing.
Sure, Justin Tucker's shitting himself.
Well, he should be. I'm just going to throw it out there. He should be, because I know I've got the skills. Now, when we go for our little trial day with the Chester Romans,
Yeah.
which we haven't spoke about.
Well, we're going to
Chester Romans have
spoke about
invited
it.
us down, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
Just for us to film some stuff when they're in pre-season. So you watch. I'll turn up. I'll show up. You'll turn up. Don't know whether he'll show up.
We'll see.
I'll definitely show up. My kicking will be on point. I might even be that good that I might have to say to the Chester Romans when they offer me the job, sorry, but I'm just better than this. I'm better than this level. If you can put me in touch with a scout, or maybe
do us a favour, boys. Just film me and I'll send it round.
Film me up. Do you know what? Because we're filming anyway. Do you know what? He'll get out.
He'll
get out and about.
Sure, it'll go viral with how many kicks you make.
Yeah. Tony Plant, number 3, kicker, fucking sorted.
What number are you going to be?
Yeah. Number 3.
Tony Plant, number 3, left back.
I've already been thinking, you know, like when I walk into the changes, just going to go in and go, what's happening? And then everyone's going to be like, who the fuck's this fucking knobhead? Like, look at the state of this. Look at the state of this prick. Do you know what? I was watching some of the kickers.
Just you like Cam Newton. Just imagine Tony bouncing it like Cam Newton. I'm back! As he couldn't have said that any camper, could he? Like he's making a big statement. I'm back. It's like Louis fucking Spence.
But yeah, no, I was looking on Sunday. I was watching a few of the kickers, and they all have got a little belly on them, so I'm gonna fit right in. Kickers Club, you know, where we all go out for tea on like a Wednesday.
It's a very inclusive sport, and for all body shapes, NFL.
Kickers Club on a Wednesday. That's what I'm gonna start in the NFL. Kickers Club on a Wednesday. We all go for a nice little scran. Whoever's playing Thursday night obviously can't go. But
why would you do it Tuesdays? Then everyone can go.
No, you do it Wednesday night because whoever's playing Thursday has to pay.
Right, if you can't go, you have to pay. Yeah right.
It sounds like a good idea.
So you get for your prime time bonus.
Yeah. And then obviously, whoever's the best at the end of the season, there's a little bet amongst us all. So
I'm pretty sure there's strict rules in the NFL against gambling, you know.
As if it doesn't happen behind the scenes, like you remember all. The tight ends club, as if they're not having a little fucking bet here. Travis Kelce against George Kittle. Come ahead, lads. We'll have a little 100 grand on who's the better tight end.
Yeah. Not everyone's like us.
Everyone is.
Mark never even bet on us come down with me.
Well, it's going to be like the fucking 80s and the
Tony's turning up and it's just going toxic. You're going to see Tony in 10 years like Paul Mason.
It's going to be like what Tony was telling me his old job used to be like 10, 20 years ago.
Card school in the NFL. I'm ready for it. Anyone wants to play, get on me.
I don't know if their sensibilities are going to be ready for you. I don't think like Tony, that's told you before, telling Mark before, in Tony's little group, we're not sponsored by them anymore.
By who?
NFL UK car breaks.
Forgetting to bring it upstairs in ours.
Well, in Tony's NFL UK car breaks group,
statesidesports.co.uk.
Statesidesports.co.uk, they had a little fantasy. It's a good little game now. Who invented that?
Dylan. Nothing to do with me.
It's a one-man fantasy, and you pick one player, and they'll give you the criteria to pick them from, and then you just play over the weekend. You play till you have a winner.
Yeah, so you have like Thursday games, don't you?
Yeah.
So everyone's in on the Thursday, so like that's when it starts.
Started with 16.
16 people on a Thursday night, and then you all pick one player.
Then it's the 6 o'clock games.
Everyone tends to pick the same player because that's the only way.
Like Thursday, it was
you can pick more than one person.
You can pick any wide receiver, any running back, any tight end. Yep. Thursday, everyone went Najee Harris or Jonathan Taylor, pretty much. Not Thursday, sorry. That was the 6 p.m. games. Thursday, everyone, it was the Dolphins, wasn't it? Yeah. Thursday, everyone went Mark Andrews or
Hollywood
Brown.
So what?
And I went Freeman. Because he was like the other one, but he was like the third choice.
So it is whoever gets the most yards out of all three of them?
Whoever gets the most fancy points goes through. So
it's quite a good. It is quite a good.
I was up against someone who picked Brown, and because of his drops, I ended up going through by a point, I think.
And then it's all done on your standings. So if obviously because
then he do like
because Rob was low on points, he was then seeded low at the bottom.
So that means every time I go to pick, I have to pick second then.
That's good.
So like 6 p.m. games. Everyone picked either Jonathan Taylor or Najee Harris. I went up against someone who picked Najee Harris. I obviously got Jonathan Taylor then. Smashed that. Then it was the Chiefs game, the late Sunday night game. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce.
I did say, like, there was a way to fiddle the game, right?
Of course, you'd fucking figure it out. Like.
No, and it was because, right, and the only reason why I figured it out, it was last year. And the only reason why I figured it out was because Rob said he was playing. So I instantly looked at where...
Right, where's Rob going to try and cheat?
Where's the angle? So, and it was so... Basically, I messaged Dylan and said, look, you've left a gaping hole here for Rob to exploit. He is not going to send his team until 1 minute before the deadline.
Right, that's what happened last year, yeah.
Because then...
So last year when they first invented the game, I said to Dylan, when's it got to be... I was picking first that time. When's it got to be in by? 12 o'clock.
Does it matter who picks when?
Well, yeah, because if
they haven't made their pick and I pick at 11:59,
then they've got no time.
They've got a minute to make a pick. So they've either got to make a hurried pick and they don't research it properly, or they don't make a pick and I'm up against no one.
And then he's through.
Yeah.
So obviously Rob being the scumbag that he is, so I
exploited that.
So I messaged Dylan
last
last year and said, you need to message whoever Rob's playing and say, give me 2 picks, because then when Rob picks whoever he wants, if they've already picked that first person, then they can have the second one.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
So if you picked in the Thursday night game, Marquise Brown, I couldn't pick Marquise Brown.
No.
Right.
But obviously, if he picked at 11:59, you'd have
you got a minute to pick, or if you missed the 12 o'clock deadline, you're out.
So I said pick.
So when Dylan first done it,
I think it's going over his head.
The first thing,
I get it now.
When Dylan first done it, the first thing I done was, right, I'm a cheating here. So the first thing I was like, all right, sound, yeah. And I literally left it to the last minute. And then he was like, all right, sound, he's got him. I was like, how's he got him already? And he was like, oh, you get half an hour. I was like, you don't tell me how. And he was like, oh, Tony had sat there and gone, how'd you cunt someone here?
Because I know Rob.
Is it on an app, or is it just...
No, it's just in his group. So anyway, we done the Chiefs. It was Hill v Kelce. Hill won. Then it come to the final yesterday. So obviously, you know what I'm like. You had all day to pick for the final, and he was picking first. So first thing I done was just start abusing him. Like, as soon as I knew what I was up against.
Well, I didn't know because I
said
to you, I have no part of it.
Well, discuss that in a minute.
Who did you have last night?
We'll discuss that in a minute. As soon as it come up, looked at the lad on his Facebook profile. He was a screw. You know, in a prison guard. So I was like, I was just calling him a fucking every grass under the sun. You bent screw cunt. That you stick stuff up your ass. You horrible little twat. That you're worse than a busy. At least a busy does you and fucks off. You make sure you do your punishment like a little fucking grassy twat. And I was giving him loads. And to be fair to him, fair play to him, he just ignored it all. Someone else was biting, but he ignored it all, which I thought was fair play to you. You know, I'm just fucking trying to get in your head. Then he makes his pick. So then the final comes along. Fucking...
To be fair,
Rams against 49ers.
To be fair,
ignoring what happened. What way did you think that was going to go?
Rams all day.
Right. So, who do you think is the two players you're worth picking? Not knowing how the game went before the game.
Before the game, I still would have went Tebow.
Bullshit.
No, I would because...
You said Rams all day. It was you talking out your ass. It was Cooper Kupp or Darrell Henderson. They were the only two that were going off. They were the only two that was going off. It was fucking doing my head. It was comes to the final. So comes to the final and I'm in my head. Comes to the final, I'm in my head going, there's a couple of Henderson in it. So whoever you pick, I'm picking the other one. I'm happy to go the other one. So final comes along. Oh, Cooper Kupp's unavailable. You're not allowed to pick him.
To be fair,
so straight away the other lad goes Darrell Henderson. So that was it then.
To be fair,
I was on a march.
So Rob phoned me at 10:30.
So you're all a gang of cheating cunts.
Rob phoned me at 10:30 last night. Now obviously my phone was
there was only
off.
2 of you in the final yesterday.
Yeah.
So how could both of them be unavailable? Cooper Kupp?
No, just Cooper Kupp was unavailable.
Right, okay.
And then he picked first, so he picked Henderson.
Right.
So the only
Which
two
meant
players.
That Rob picked Deebo Samuel. And
so the only two players that I thought worth picking were gone. I think Kittle and Deebo were the only ones left. Yeah. I thought the only two worth picking were going to be Darrell Henderson or Cooper Kupp because the Rams are going to fucking smash them. So come to make me pick. Cooper Kupp's not available. Darrell Henderson's gone because he's picked him. And I was like, you corrupt cunts. You horrible, corrupt wankers. I was fucking.
But so when you get a pick, like you pick, I pick, you pick, I pick type of thing?
No, it's just one pick.
One player.
One
Like,
player fantasy.
When he said at the beginning, it is one player fantasy, what part of that did you not understand?
But you just said Cooper Cup and Darrell Anderson were gone.
No, they were the only two worth having.
Right.
And the fella who organised the game, Dylan, who bought our beers, said Cooper Cup's not available for picking.
Why?
Just they do it now and again.
He does it.
Right. Well, that bit when it explains that's why he was.
Well, I thought it was self-explanatory.
Because Rob wouldn't let me fucking get a word in.
Right.
So when there's an overlying favourite, pulls him out of the game, so you can't pick.
Yeah,
because otherwise you get to the final and it's not fair. If Rob's in picking second, it's not fair that lad could pick Cooper Cup, who's exploded all year, every single game. It's not fair on Rob, who's in second pick, to then go, well, what the fuck am I meant to do?
By the same logic, Deebo Samuel's probably in a similar vein of form, though.
Yeah, so he fucking got lucky and won. So all of us crying, he fucking cried, Mark. You know, like...
I was kicking off to fuck.
You know when you normally kick off and have a rant? He was fucking crying.
You corrupt gang of cunts. Though. You just don't want me to win. It's just all because you just don't want me to win, because you're a gang of corrupt. You, Stokes and Tony, I say to them, you, Stokes and Tony, have had a little war between yourselves in your WhatsApp group all the time. Wake out, find a way for me not to win. Because you're a horrible gang of twats just because you didn't want me to win.
If Cooper Cup's taken off the table and that...
I was always going Deebo Samuel, Mark. The minute Cooper Cup was off table, there was always going Deebo Samuel. But I didn't like the fact Cooper Cup was off table, because in my head, it was Cup or Henderson. They were the only two worth having. And I know how Tony thinks, because he thinks like me. The same way he knew I was going to do a fucking horrible twatty pick last year and pick a minute before the deadline. I also know he's thought the same as me. Rams are going to smash these. It's Cup or Henderson worth picking, because I didn't even think the 49ers were going to score a point. So I was like...
With Deebo?
Of the Rams defense, I just literally thought Ramsey on Deebo, it's going to be game over, and then fucking
went off.
Of course, you're going off, but it doesn't matter. What I'm saying is, don't take that into account. Exactly, because them corrupt cunts, corrupt cunts didn't want me to win.
He won, right?
And he's still crying.
So he cried. No, but he cried a lot. Like, he rang me and everything, crying, and I said to him, "Look, I have no say in that game at all."
Dylan said he had no say, but I don't believe him.
Because
you won, so what are you crying about?
Because no one wants him to win,
And you know what? Nobody did want you to win. And that's the truth. Not one person in my fucking Facebook group of 800 people wanted you to win. Not one. Because everybody knows you are a cunt.
It's like you're back on stage again, isn't it?
Do you know what, right? Everyone who knows you're a cunt. And everyone who doesn't know you just thinks you're a cunt. So... everyone didn't want you to win. Not one person wanted you to win.
And he tried to cheat me.
But we didn't try and cheat. Well, I didn't try and cheat him.
Even if he did, I'd say it's karma for all the years you fucking tried to get an answer.
I'll be honest, right? I'll be honest. Me and Stokesy have no part of that game. That is all Dylan. Dylan created it last year, and we said, do you know what? It works.
Great game. It's a good game.
It works, and obviously it frees up some money.
So
for
clearly
us
Dylan doesn't take part in the game because he's got to moderate. He's got to basically...
I don't know if he took part in the game, to be honest.
He doesn't, but he could do, because how would you...
There's got to be someone to decide.
I think he's fair, Dylan. Like.
Dylan's one of the nicest lads you'll ever meet.
Yeah. I would trust him. It's them two I don't trust.
To be fair,
so if Dylan, I went to bed.
Dylan said to me,
what time did I go to bed last night? What I told you, 8:30, and yet he's ringing me at 10:30. Like, you fucking cheating cunt. And I'm like, I have no say. But I'm glad that I was in his head while I was asleep. I was in his head while I was asleep.
You've got history for it, you and Stokes.
Exactly. Rats, mate. Snakeside Sports.
Backing each other. Stake, you fronted half his stake for his last Super Bowl win.
I did, yeah. That was smart play, though, because Stokesy wouldn't play otherwise. And I knew he had a good team, so I was like, well, I'll just fucking take half of your money.
Play. I don't mind that.
That's not wrong. It's not wrong with that, is there? We didn't trade, we didn't cheat, we didn't play.
I don't know. I think Stokes tried to make out you did. Stokes tried to make out you drop players and then you picked them up on the way.
No, I fully was trying. But obviously, like, Stokes had a bit of integrity and I never.
Fool.
I just wanted us to win, and then we won anyway. And that's why we share a Super Bowl ring. So even though everyone says I haven't won,
a Super Bowl
well,
ring.
we do, because I won, because I fronted half the money.
Just because you've got little fingers doesn't mean you can fit two fingers in one Super Bowl ring.
I won half the money. That's all that matters in my life.
Yeah, so I almost got ratted, man.
So he wasn't happy.
Was not happy.
Moral of the story: Rob Thomas was cheated, even though he wasn't, and he tries to cheat everyone else. He was crying like a little bitch.
I was thinking I'm going to cheat in the final.
So you're crying because you couldn't cheat and they cheated before you, or you perceived them cheating before you?
Oh, man. You know, whole honesty, I knew they never cheated because I went back and checked all the other fancy games, and Dylan had done it more than once in a final where he took a player out. So I knew Dylan was being honest, but just in case he wasn't, I wanted to put a bit of pressure. Just you know, you gotta have a little bit of pressure.
Your ego's gonna write some checks you can't cash sometimes, you know.
Hasn't yet, has it? 35 now. I'm late. Well,
35. He's already halfway past his expiry date.
And yeah, so I just want to put a bit of pressure. You know what I want?
Past 28.
You know what I wanted to do as well. I wanted Dylan to go, all right, cup's available. And then when the other lad went, oh yeah, I'll change the cup. Me go, Tebow Samuel, and Dylan's head just to explode. But yeah, anyway, 49ers went off. Tebow Samuel, I won the fancy, so I was happy.
So yeah, so Sunday was a good day. Mark done some noncy behaviour. I was good at kicking.
That was Saturday night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Saturday night. Sunday morning.
What did you do on Sunday?
Went to pitches and fell asleep.
Yeah, he did some noncy behaviour.
Hungover, weren't he?
Was you hungover?
I was tired more than I can't do it no more. I never have been, to be fair, but even more so now.
I'm finished as well. I went out on Saturday for the footy drinks, the Thursday footy, like 5-a-side drinks. 600 odd quid in the kitty. Only about 7 or 8 was out, so it was going to last all night. Got out at 2 o'clock. I was back home, tucked up in bed by 9:30.
Shit bag.
Honestly, mate, I'm finished. I'm fully finished. As soon as this dad pod starts, we're flying. Because I have got some fucking complaints.
I got fucked over by my daughter this weekend. We got the pictures. She said, can we have an ice blast?
Here we go.
Here's
our next reel.
Can we have an ice blast? Yes, sounds. Get a couple of ice blasts. I haven't had one.
Couple of ice blasts?
One for her. So I thought I'll have one.
Yeah, he's minted.
Mark money there.
I thought I was dying. The fucking sugar, it's your pure syrup, and you can feel like your chest. And
that's because he goes to the gym now.
Sweat.
Yeah. He's a bit sad.
See, basically what I'm saying, I'd be more fitter if I wasn't fitter.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It makes sense though, doesn't it?
So is that why you fell asleep, the sugar dump?
It's just, it was just like, you know, all of a
sudden. An hour later, just bang. Yeah. What you go and watch?
The Eternals. It's alright.
Never heard of it.
Nah, for one.
Do you know what? My cousin said he was going to see the Eternals, and Katie actually thought he was going to see Eternal.
Yeah, well, when you said, I was like, they back together, yeah? Louise Redknapp?
Yeah, that's what Katie thought. Because she was like, what, are you going to see it? And I was like, fucking hell, listen. Eternals.
I can imagine you just shaking your head in the corner. You go, what the fuck?
Because you know when you look at your bird and you go, she's just not heard that at all. And she's diving on this because she'd love to go and see Eternal. Do you know what I mean? Like, when are they on? Why can't I go?
She wants a night out away from you, doesn't she?
Yeah, well, she's had a few of them lately. And do you know what? She can go on more because I really enjoy going to bed dead early. Like you said, I'm finished.
Mate, I honestly, 2 till 7, I don't even think I was that bladdered. The only thing I was thinking was, I got up at 5 o'clock with the baby. I'm knackered. And the only thing I'm thinking in my head is, I'd fucking love a Chinese. Literally, 7 o'clock come, and in my head I'm just going, I'd fucking love a Chinese now. I'd love a Chinese. And then, in the end, I just give the kitty to our Matty. And like she said,
seen your Matty on Sunday?
Yeah, well, anyway, get the kitty to our Matty. And because his bird isn't for me, he's probably gone back there, bladdered. Get the kitty to him. I just got off, got in a taxi, and sat there and went, just eat, got me Chinese up, went to order, my Chinese was closed. And I've never been so heartbroken.
What did you get instead?
I got home, went straight to bed, and fucking sulked. And my bird said,
not like you, Rob.
Fucking sulking. And my bird said she woke me up with some chicken nuggets. You can get them from, you can get like McDonald's chicken nuggets in the butchers. Yeah. Showed me up with them. She said, I literally just went, oh, thank you. Ate them in 5 minutes. I went back to sleep. The bowl was still on the pillow next to me.
Still fuming.
I'm just fucking snoring, still fuming, still gutted. Didn't get fucking me Chinese.
Chinese your go-to?
Oh, mate. I had a bit, didn't I? For a while. I like, before kids, and this is like many years ago when I was living with my mum and dad's. So we're talking, when I got back from uni about just over 10 years ago. I just got in the habit, getting bladdered and ordering Chinese every Sunday. Every single Sunday, I get bladdered and I'd order 30 quids at least worth of Chinese to myself. Every single Sunday. And then, do you know the only thing that stopped it? Is the fella come to the door, giving me Chinese and went, I'll see you next week, mate. And I was fucking fuming. Like, all right, you cheeky cunt. You just call me a fat cunt then.
Yeah, I'll see you next
Call
week.
me a fat cunt without calling me a fat cunt. So for the next 2 weeks, I ordered from a different Chinese out of spite. It wasn't as nice. Then because it wasn't as nice, I sort of broke the habit and then didn't order the Chinese for a little while. But now, I think because I've had the baby, it's back in my head. Get home. Because Sundays get home early, don't you? Go out early, get home
Sunday
early.
is day drinking day.
Yeah,
That's
so
the
well,
day.
so Saturday I was like, oh fucking me, it was like in my element again. Oh, Chinese in bed, that'd be fucking brilliant. Brilliant. But the thing, like I say, there was probably about 400 quid in a kitty. If that was real, Rob, if that was me back. You know what I'm like? I'd have stayed out. While the ale's here, while the kitty's there, and I'm in charge of it. I'm fucking out.
I've been on that footy night out, and Rob. I've seen Rob. Rob's a mess. And he's still
not going on while the kitty's
he's still full control of that kitty.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's just gone. Just gone.
And then you'd literally just fucking everyone would be like, "Oh yeah, staying out," and Rob would just be like, "I'm staying out until it's gone."
You know what you say
I'm staying out. It's not even that I'm a minge. It's because I don't want to give the kitty to anyone else.
Yeah, don't trust anyone else.
Full control.
Someone's gonna have £4 out of it.
You know what you're saying then the dad podcast is coming. Do you ever think to yourself, I just want to go home because I want to get an early night so I can have a lie-in?
I do now. I didn't used to, Mark. 12 hours I had. At least I'd say a minimum 10 hours I had. But it's not proper sleep when you're pissed, is it? So it's fucking. That's all my beard's going to be the next day. You had 11 hours sleep. I haven't, no, have I? Because I was bladdered. So I probably had 5.5 hours sleep. Because it's all fucking broken. Go in the toilet, trying to fucking find some water. You'll go, I've had 11 hours, I have a fuck. And then because I feel guilty then, because you're a dad. It's the other thing as well, that winds up about being hungover. The fucking guilt you feel. Because you can't just lie on the couch anymore. You know, I used to fucking love a hangover. I used to sit there and think, this is great. I've got an excuse to do fuck all. Do you know, just lie on a couch and do fuck all. And now he's there in the living room, fucking playing, just staring at me, and I'm sitting there fucking full of guilt, thinking, what a selfish ass little twat I am. Oh, daddy's gonna have fun, has he? Oh, come on, let's go and do something. So I'm walking around Crosby Marina, fucking going, as I'm walking him on his little trike. Let's go and see the ducks, yeah, let's go and see the ducks. And all the ducks are reminding me is that I never got any fucking Chinese last night. That's all that's going on in my head. So I'm fucking fuming walking around the lake. And then go back in the car, should we go for something to eat later? It's like, yeah, all right, let's go for something to eat later. Then I've got to sit there for an hour while you talk. No, we went for the fucking roast because she wanted to go for the roast. I've got to sit there while she talks at me for an hour. All the things she wanted to say on a Saturday. Oh, your mum wants to change the days of the nursery, does she? Yeah, I'm not asking.
Do you know, he's not lying because before obviously dad became, you know, dad life came, he had a hangover room.
Yeah.
He had literally a bed.
I think that's the thing that cripples you the most, innit? That room's gone.
I loved it.
That room's gone.
I used to get out of bed and go into the other room where it was a little bit cooler, a little bit clean sheets because no one was there. I'd spend all Do
you know, whatever your lad achieves in his life, there'll always be that resentment. You took my room away from me.
No, because I think in a couple of years we're going to be able to get a little man cave.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. I think he's going to be my route to a man cave. Because remember when we first moved into the house?
Yeah.
And I was meant to have that room, wasn't it? So that hangover room was literally meant to be my room. I was like, said to her, you can have the rest of the house. Decorate how you want. Just let me have this room. She was like, yeah, no problem. And she found I was going to put a fridge in it. And then she was like, you're fucking not. You're not putting a fridge in upstairs. Like she was saying, you're not putting a fridge in the upstairs room. That's suddenly, that my room suddenly becoming a spare room. She's like, you're not putting a fridge in the spare room. So that quickly got fucking lashed.
To be fair,
so now he's back though. Now he's a boy and he seems quite boisterous. I'm gonna force him to like NFL, force him to like football. Hopefully we can get a little man cave and then
to be fair,
I'll have a little hangover room.
If you put a fridge in that room, you would have been on them cases, you know, where you have to get the fireman to cut your out of the room or something.
No, but it'd be one of them, wouldn't it? You'd just literally have you'd have your little strawberry and lime Copperbergs.
Yeah.
Because you know that room, you know that room's not there.
I'd have a freezer shelf for the Snickers.
You know that room.
Snickers ice cream.
Well, that room's not. It's not there to get bladdered in.
No, it's there for recovery.
It's a recovery room. Where you need all the sugar.
Yeah, exactly.
All the sugar. Loads of ice creams. And you just literally just go, do you know what? I can get back. I feel like I'm Benidorm ready now.
Why are you a sweet person when you're hungover?
No,
you need the sugar, don't you?
I just want crisps.
I'm a strawberry and
all the crisps.
I'm a strawberry and lime Copperberg person at 7:30 in the morning.
And crisps.
You know what I want when I'm hungover? It's a wank. That's all I want to do when I'm hungover.
Yeah, we know because that's all you say in the group. All you say in the group.
I'm
hungover and I can't even have a wank.
Exactly. That little cunt in the fucking house.
No, I would literally. So like numerous times in the past, I would literally get up and go the shop at like 7
I know,
o'clock.
'cause you've done it with me when we went to see the NFL.
Get strawberry lime Copperbergs and just sit there and have like 3 or 4, drink them all, and then feel fucking fine.
That's in the NFL, right? When me and him shared the room, we got in like 4 or 5. Next thing, he's up at 7:30. Rob, smacking me on the head. What? Go in the shop, do you want anything? No, I want to sleep. It's 7:30, you weird cunt. Comes back, bang on my head. Yeah, I just throw me like Copperberg for you there. That'll sort you out. I was like,
remember the year we went and we were sharing a room and Tony and Stokes were sharing a room. And Tony never went to bed. He just sat on the couch wanking all night. And we got up and there's just tissues everywhere. And then later on in the morning, once he cleaned this fucking mess up out of the couch, we went to Greg's to get a coffee.
Yeah.
And we come back with 4 coffees.
You never know when we.
Stokes.
I never went to Greg's.
So
I was never going to
Tony
Greg's.
purposely got his coffee, poured it down the sink, and said, "I'm not drinking coffee."
Yeah, because to get over your hangover, you need to drink ale.
You do need to drink a little something sweet.
You need to drink more ale.
Remember Robin his Oxo drink?
Bovril.
Yeah. Bovril of the
Fucking
match.
Bovril of the match.
It keeps you going, that. It's full of salt,
Gets
isn't
the
it?
people going, does it? No, I just have to get strawberry and lime Copperbergs, get myself back in the game.
When I was in Benidorm, and I was on the strawberry daiquiris.
Yeah, that's same
thing.
song and dancing.
Yeah, right. So NFL. Let's talk NFL, eh? Any news, Mark?
A little bit, yeah.
Fucking hell, he's done it.
Did. That went a little longer, didn't it, that bit?
Yeah. He didn't do the thing that you wanted to talk about either.
No, I'll say that.
OBJ went to the Rams, eventually.
He's went and played, Mark, yeah.
Played, obviously, since last pod. He never really got a look in on Monday night, did he?
He did first drive. He got 2 catches first drive, and I was like, oh, fucking hell, they're getting him going early. And then I think they tried to use him as a deep threat then.
Did you see that?
And then there's fucking no chance.
Did you see the meme that come out?
No.
Which one was about 4 or 5?
Well, OBJ's just stood staring at like staring at Matt Stafford, and
You
it's
was-
like
Watch your Instagram.
for me
If your dad wants to tag you in something.
Yeah,
that was good, that
the
one.
day obviously he signed, Robbie Woods got confirmed for a torn ACL as well, so
Yeah.
it's quite good timing.
That's clever. They've known that. That hasn't happened and confirmed on the day.
Speaking of ACLs, Chase Young tore his ACL on Sunday as well. I date.
You could
It's
tell.
not a great loss at the moment because he
see-
hasn't been great this season.
No,
So
he has though, because it's the pressure that
Yeah,
he
it's
creates.
the double team and that, isn't
because
it?
we're missing Young and Sweat now.
But you looked like when I seen Young go down, I knew he was fucking finished.
It was
for the
dead
year.
innocuous
Yeah.
as well.
You could look at him and just know the pain he was in.
The only thing that surprised me is I thought that'd be the end of use at that point.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. It was.
You still think it means to manage to get pressure.
It's like when your player gets sent off for you, innit? Galvanises you.
Yeah, bank of 10 then, innit?
Wasn't really much other news, was there, this week? I don't think.
Dunno,
It's
you
your
do
job,
every
what are you
week.
asking us
No,
for?
just confirming. Because usually you pull me up on something. No, there wasn't.
I'm sure we will while we go through the games. Or sort of be
Probably.
something to pull you up on.
Probably. But yeah, that was it.
The biggest piece of news the whole week he's missed out.
OBJ was.
I'm back!
Oh, Cam Newton signed with Carolina again.
Fucking hell.
One job he has.
What about that?
One fucking
To
job.
be fair, right?
One job.
To be fair, in Mark's defence, Cam Newton is finished. Finished.
You would think he led them to a.
He is.
He literally had
finished.
2 touches, 5 yards out.
Let's not.
Scored 2 touchdowns.
He is finished.
And that's all he done. I mean, not all he done.
3 of 4 completions for 8 yards. 8 yards.
Yeah, because he poured him in on short plays
Well,
when the
they never-
defense is.
He did.
He did.
DJ Walker started the game.
Yeah, no, I know, but what I mean is he wasn't just literally at the goal line for every one of his
No,
snaps.
but they were all short.
They were all fared
Yeah,
third
third and
downs.
short.
But if you're a quarterback, normally what happens on a third down is someone goes for fucking 20 yards.
Well,
However, Cam Newton's finished.
well, come on then.
Finished?
Come on then.
What do you mean?
We're going to bet on it.
Well,
then, aren't we?
obviously we are, yeah.
So
You
fucking
throw a bet at
name
me.
it. You're the one saying he's finished.
Okay, so
What counts as him not being
As well,
finished?
we've just finished week 10, so he's got what? 8
He's got
games?
7 games.
7 games left.
Unless they've had the bye.
Yeah, I've had the bye, I think.
They have had the bye. So
Cam Newton.
we've got 8 games left.
Cam Newton doesn't throw more than 8 touchdowns.
Doesn't throw. See,
He's a quarterback.
so
Let's not talk rushing touchdowns.
you
for-
could add a
for
Russian
fucking-
touchdown.
No.
No, you could. I want
But
Russian
then you can do
touchdowns.
like
combine
15 then.
Yeah.
15. That's too many.
It's a quarterback. He's back.
He's just done
10.
2 this week.
12.
12, including the 2 this
No.
week. Yeah.
No.
Because then that's just fucking 10 then, isn't it?
12.
He's a dickhead. Am I betting with you? Shut the fuck up.
12. Not including these 2.
10 including these 2.
14 including these 2. I'm not meeting you in the middle.
13
Fuck off.
including
No.
these 2.
No.
13 including
No.
these 2. So 10 touchdowns in 8 games.
12.
You said 10.
No, I never. You said 10.
11
I said
then.
12. No.
11.
No. 12.
11.
12.
11.
8 passing.
6 passing.
No.
That's only 2 less.
Well, then 6 rushing as well.
5 rushes as well.
No.
Give me 11 total touchdowns.
12.
11
12.
in 8 games.
In 8 games.
Sounds. 20 quid.
Sound.
Lovely.
Getting notes.
That's fucking easy because he's fucking finished.
It's going to be short dumps to McCaffrey's for 5-yard throws to McCaffrey's.
Doesn't matter, he's finished.
All right, sounds.
Finished though.
12 touchdowns, 8 games. Mark, double check he's got 8 games.
Oh, here we go.
Otherwise, we have to
11.
Just need to check back Panthers' record.
Yeah.
Sure, it's 5-5, so he's only got 7 games.
He'd be injured anyway.
How long does it take to just go
Fold.
Panthers?
But you know, if
record?
he'd have just wrote it on there like I do
Yeah,
every
you
week.
mean
Yeah,
to.
5 and 5.
Yes, there's only 7 games.
11 then.
10,
11.
10,
11.
10.
It's already in the notes.
It's not.
It is.
Because we bet on 8 games and there's only 8 games.
It's in the notes.
Well, if it's 8 games and it's 12, then I've got the 2 that counted for them.
Go
So
on,
it's
then.
10
I'll
then.
take that then.
Sound.
I'll take that.
Give me 10.
Yeah.
Right.
Give you 10, but I've lost. There's a game gone. And it was his comeback game and he fucking scored
Well,
2 touchdowns.
Right. Lovely.
He's finished.
20 quid, yeah?
Whatever.
Fucking.
He's shite.
Sound.
Cam Newton is fucking finished.
Sound. Lovely.
Couldn't do it at the Patriots.
We'll
Look
talk
at
about
Mac
that
Jones.
game in a bit,
Look at
won't we?
Mac Jones.
That is a good point.
What?
That is a good point.
Couldn't
What
do
he
it
couldn't do at the
Patriots.
Patriots?
No, he couldn't do it at the Patriots.
And Mac Jones is on fire.
Yeah, look at the different
best
team Mac
rookie
Jones has got. And the only reason he's not the Patriots now isn't
he's
because Mac
finished.
Jones outperformed him pre-season. It's because he never had the jab. And it's because
And
he's
he's
Cam
finished.
Newton. Did you see him in... He's the leader of that team already.
It's not fucking hard. Sam Darnold's your fucking quarterback. Do you know what I mean? PJ Walker. Who the fuck's PJ Walker? Fucking hell. And he still couldn't get a start.
He's starting this week. He's been told he's starting
Yeah,
Sunday.
so he'd be out after fucking 14 incompletions in a row. Fucking shite.
We'll see, won't we? I'd love him to go 4 touchdowns in this first game. Just
Because
fucking...
I've got him in one of my fancy teams.
No one's asked about your fancy teams, Mark. You shite.
Well, that
Well, I'm
tells,
beating you.
that,
in
I tell you who's fucking finished. You.
that tells me everything about him then. He's finished because Mark's got him in
Take him out your fancy team, Mark. Do me a favour. Right. Dolphins 22, Ravens 10. Tony, you've already started telling us about it before. Finish us off. Give us something a bit technical about the game. Why did Dolphins win?
Because Tua come back in.
She was sensible football.
Tua come back in. But Brissett
Why
went
didn't he
out.
start him from the beginning?
Well, that I don't understand. I have got a feeling, right?
Did this happen last game as well?
No. So Brissett started because he was Tua was
Yeah, but didn't
injured.
this happen last week?
Well, Tua was injured.
Yeah, but Brissett started with Tua come in
No.
and stayed in last week.
No, that was the Ravens game.
That was the Ravens game.
Well, that's how long ago
Yeah.
Thursday was for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tua, so apparently Tua was fit last week.
Yeah.
Brissett got to start.
Yeah.
So everyone was like, well, Tua's definitely starting against the Ravens.
Yeah.
But they said, no, Brissett's fucking starting. So I've got this little sneaky feeling that Brian Flores didn't want Tua.
Well, we've already heard this, haven't we? We've heard Flores
didn't
wanted
want him.
Herbert.
Well, maybe he didn't want Herbert, but that's obviously what's going to come out because Herbert's playing well.
Yeah.
But maybe Flores didn't want Tua. And then he fought against the Ravens. It's going to be a tough game. We'll just play Brissett.
Yeah.
And then Brissett got injured and wasn't great. So
Yeah.
then Tua come in. And then Brissett was
Say
ready.
Brissett could come back, couldn't he?
Brissett was like that. I'm ready.
Yeah.
And Flores went, sit down, son. Tua's playing.
Leave it to
So
him.
it was like maybe Tua's now got the faith because Flores knows his defense is back.
Maybe Flores
Tua's-
knows I've got nothing else.
He's got the faith until the Sean Watson rumours start again.
Well, I just think
And that's
Well,
it depends on who's the shots rumours are coming from. Mark.
but I
That's
also
different,
I
isn't it?
also think Albert Wilson went off in this game, and you know Albert Wilson was at the Chiefs, and having speed surrounding Tua is the only way he's going to succeed.
Yeah.
And if you can't give him time in the pocket, which we clearly can't, surrounding him with pace is going to be the only way that he's going to succeed. Devontae Parker isn't quick.
Yeah, Devontae Parker, they're not quick players, they're just good receivers. He's had receivers.
Waddle's quick. And Waddle's fucking the best rookie.
Waddle's been
wide
good so
receiver.
far.
In terms of, apart from touchdowns, Jamar Chase beats him in touchdowns, but Waddle leads the league in receptions. He leads the league in first downs. He leads for rookies. Waddle is fucking incredible for what he's literally being allowed to do.
Yeah.
Because we're not really taking the top off anyone.
Yeah.
Is it all in the slot, is it?
So Waddle's just there, catches everything. He's fucking brilliant. But in this game, you had Albert Wilson, and the difference he made. If you can add more pace around and to it, and then eventually give him some time, if you can get Will Fuller into that team, and you've got Will Fuller, Wilson, and Waddle, and then you get
all that season?
one or two games.
Still struggling with obviously personally.
Fuller, yeah.
Fuller, yeah.
So if you can get to it an extra second, 2 seconds in the pocket, and you've got that pace, Dolphins' offense will start.
It's stopping team blitzing him as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's like, that's the one thing pace does allow you. It stops teams blitzing you.
But obviously, on defense, we are back last 2 weeks.
What did you think of Ravens?
Lamar Jackson didn't have a fucking clue.
Yeah,
we blitzed them a lot. Our safety, so
he's terrible against the blitz, right? Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. But you said though, a running quarterback's your kryptonite before.
And the way we played.
Well, running games, their kryptonite. The thing with the Ravens have been this year is they haven't been a running team.
They didn't run the ball, and the way we played, we blitzed pretty much all the time. Yeah. So all the time, it was stacking the box and then pulling people out where the Ravens didn't know what the fuck was going on. So obviously, Dolphins defense.
And win the game.
Our two rookies are playing safety, Jones and Holland, and both of them.
Brilliant game today.
Both of them were brilliant.
Yeah,
really, really good. So obviously, if you can get that going, obviously we know our cornerback.
What's your record now?
3-7.
It's too late in the day then. What are Bills?
I reckon we go 7-8.
Yeah,
but we've got the Jets this week, so.
Momentum's important. Titans 23, Saints 21.
Yeah. Did you see Sean Payton was kicking off after this one?
Yeah, but I can't remember what happened.
So it was a pass interference. Sorry, no, it was a roughing the passer call that got given against him, and he was fuming because of late in the game.
Yeah,
would have made difference to the game.
He asked him, didn't he?
And he said, "Do you want me to tell me the truth, or do you want me to tell you my opinion? Because my opinion's going to get me in trouble, basically." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they said, "What's your opinion?" He said, "No opinion."
Yeah. Well, the Saints defense showed up, didn't they?
Saints defense has showed up a couple of times. I had to put it against the Bucks as well.
Yeah, because the Saints offense isn't great at the minute.
Alvin Kamara or no one in it.
He's missing.
Yeah,
he was missing that game, but
generally means
their offense wasn't great this week.
But I actually think he's a dark horse for coach of the year, and I know we won't get it because he's lost Winston.
Do you know who made this point around the NFL?
No, I didn't listen to that.
Oh, they never.
They did.
Oh,
they did.
He never said. Well, they did. They never.
Oh my God!
I've got embarrassing. How many stories you embellish for your pods? Yeah.
At least you don't. At least you don't take someone else's opinion.
You just embellish everybody else's stories.
Fucking hell! I think Sean Payton will coach the year.
Carry on, Sean Payton. What?
Because he's lost his quarterback, his running back, and his number one receiver.
Yeah, but he's got to do something, hasn't he? No one wins coach of the year without doing something.
But he's still in the running for the playoff spot.
Yeah, because we're halfway through the season. The Saints won't make the playoffs. Jets 17, Bills 45. Not really way of talking about, is it?
Get right game for the Bills. Mike White is now Mike Shite. And just on that, Stokesy bought a Mike White autograph rookie card.
Did he?
In the hope.
20 quid.
In the hope that something would happen.
20 quid he spent.
What's it worth now?
Well,
it's half this value already.
I'd say it's
not even that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's worth the paper it's written on.
Well, Mike White got the nod, didn't he, over Flacco, who was thingy. He was what's the word?
Flacco scored touchdown late on.
Flacco coming in the end. He was back up, coming in the end, scored touchdown. But Sam Darnold, not Sam Darnold, what's Zac Efron, I was about to call him.
Wilson.
Looks like Zac Efron, doesn't he?
Who?
Zach Wilson. He's due back anytime in the next couple of weeks. Be interesting whether the Jets bring him back now or they just fucking sit.
Well, if they lose against the Dolphins, then that's it.
They might as well just sit on him, mightn't they?
Yeah.
Fucking
If
sit.
they lose against the Dolphins,
don't let him get injured.
You may as well just you may as well tank. Tank and try and protect him next year.
Steelers Lions 16-16.
I said
the best worst game of the season.
I said this was going to be the Lions game where they got to win, and they should have.
It was
they had 3 or 4
awful.
chances.
Even the weather,
but it was
awful.
great though, wasn't it? Though, Mark, it was awful, but it was great.
You see that final drive where
that was all to see because once the Sunday 6 o'clock games finished, this was still on.
Yeah.
And I wasn't interested in any of the 9 o'clocks. I just wanted to see the Lions win.
The quarterback was, I always forget his name, Mission Rudolph. Was trying to get them closer, playing closer for the field goal. Driving a couple of plays, he throws it to the tight end, Freemuth,
yeah.
And as he took it with his back to the player, turned to get the extra yard, and as he turned and dived, it just spilled out of his hand.
Yeah.
And it's just like, there's no one to win this fucking game. That happened all game.
Yeah,
there was so many
he
things.
Was shit, Rudolph.
So many things
Steelers
like
was
towards
shit.
the end, wasn't it?
But like that, like say that overtime was brilliant. The things towards the end, that Lions missed field goal was the worst kick you ever seen in your life.
Wow.
It was fucking.
Najee Harris turned around and said, "I didn't know you can draw the game in the NFL."
Yeah, I did see
he's
that.
fucking thick, then, isn't he?
But
this whole.
If you don't watch the NFL.
Yeah, I suppose. But this game was brilliant for how shit it was, though.
Yeah.
Like, it was like car crash one. You just couldn't turn away from it. It was brilliant. Colts 23, Jags 17. Colts got the job done. Looked impressive early on. But then let the Jags come back into it.
Yeah, but
which was frustrating.
It's one of them, innit? You win the game. Jonathan Taylor was explosive again.
I think people are trying to find problems because Jonathan Taylor was great in the first quarter. Slowed down again, but the whole Colts team slowed down.
Yeah,
I think people are trying to find problems with the Colts by saying they let the Jags back in.
But do you remember when we done our draft picks at the beginning of the year, and I said this was last year, so not this year, last year. I said that the Titans should have drafted Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, but a 1-2 punch with Derrick Henry.
1-2 punch with Derrick Henry. Now I believe I was right in saying that.
Yeah, because at the same time I was like, well, I think the Titans should go for Leonard Fournette, and then the two of them, him and Henry. Sort of
and
thing.
if the Titans had Jonathan Taylor now, Titans don't skip a beat and they put 50 points up against.
But how much is Jonathan Taylor's their offensive line though?
But the Titans is the same.
Yeah, but it's not as good as offensive line.
Yeah, but you say that then when Jonathan Taylor wasn't in there, they weren't the same team.
No, I know. I'm just saying how much of, and maybe that goes back to the question we were going to ask though early on.
I suppose that when Jonathan Taylor wasn't in there, neither was the offensive line. He had a couple of players out, didn't he? So, we didn't do that. Philosophical question. So, what's time we have at the end? Someone like that bit as well. We should keep it in. Yeah. Washington 29, Bucks 19.
We was so good in this game. We got lucky in parts because Tom Brady threw 2 picks.
This is the game last year.
Tom Brady threw 2 picks early though, didn't he?
So
that was it. Yeah.
This was the game last year though that got Tyler Heineke a contract, wasn't it?
So,
and is this the game that's going to keep him his job?
I can't decide whether Tyler Heineke is a high-level backup or a low-level starter, and I'm flitting between the two. Do you know what I mean? Because he does
the same thing, aren't he?
Yeah, maybe, but it's a fine line, I suppose. But there was a point, and you know when you only listen to commentary on the NFL or certain comment, and they make a point, you go, oh yeah, that makes sense. So although we got sacked 5 times, a lot of it was on Taylor Heineke himself.
Yeah, holding the ball too long. Yeah.
So what they were talking about in the commentary was that we decided to run the ball and straight down the middle because the Bucks defense is such a quick at rushing. You've got Devin White coming through the middle, and you've got obviously Pierre Paul and Shaq Barrett coming off the edges.
Yeah.
What we'll do is to make them turn on themselves, turn on the foot, is run it straight down. Because if you're going to run it straight down the throat, they're not going to be rushing you through the sides because they need to be sort of on the heels, then type of thing, back on.
Yeah.
And we've done that so well. We rushed the ball. I think we got like nearly 100 yards on the ground, which is above the average what you get against the Bucks.
Yeah.
The last drive, we went for 80 yards. It's up 10 minutes of the game.
So good, that last drive.
And it was the biggest this season.
That last drive was literally like that last drive was a Tom Brady drive.
No, that last drive
it was perfection. It was kill the game.
No,
like as in like it was the kind of utter professionalism.
It was like me playing Madden.
Oh, fuck off.
It's what Mahomes needs to learn how to do, I think.
Oh, I don't mean Mahomes into it.
No, I don't mean it.
What was that about?
Because you speak
taking shots.
No, spoke about in the last pod.
Take that drink off him. He's fucking had too many.
He doesn't need to go for the big play all the time. He just needs to eat up time. He just needs to be a bit patient. We lost, obviously, Chase Young. We lost Ricky Seals-Jones.
Do you think,
Brandon
no,
Schaaf, the guard,
do you think,
off.
no, so obviously that drive was fucking great, but do you think that was because Taylor Heineke isn't that good?
A bit of both.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, you're having to go at Mahomes for
I don't
not
mean
doing
like
that,
that,
but Mahomes isn't going to go, oh, well, I'll take the 3-yard dump off.
You take what
Where,
the defence gives you. And I don't
Yeah,
think that's the
but-
way certain plays.
but the defense could have give you the 20-yard pass, but Taylor Heineke isn't good enough to do
But he's
it.
done it at times. He's
Whereas,
done it.
no, but in the last drive, I mean,
Yeah.
whereas Mahomes would go, well, I'm going to take the 20 yards.
So, can I just say as well,
Say
kickers,
whatever
I
you
am
want.
I am in the Kickers Union this week. Joey Sly,
Kickers Club.
the Kickers Club then.
He's Tory, isn't he? Trying to get involved.
It's the opposite of a Tory union,
But
actually.
he's trying to get involved and he
Yeah.
just doesn't know the
The Kickers Club
terminology.
then.
He knows unions aren't good because of where he stands in life.
Yeah.
But obviously he
Joey-
knows that he knows that that's where we stand.
So we're our political comment podcast now, are we? Joey Sly, 3 for 3. And it just, it's the only thing that's very impressive, but when you don't have impressive kickers, just nailing 3 for
There
3.
you go, 3 for 3. Joey Slides
Do you
in.
know what I mean?
Joey
9
Slides
points
up
straight
there
away.
at the end of the season for
Yeah.
getting the scranning.
But then there was room. Chase Young and Ron Rivera before this game had a bit of an aim to do.
Really?
Ron
Over
Rivera
what, though?
basically said, like, you need these players to step up. He's a first round pick, second overall. He needs to step up this season, you know, as well as other teams. And Chase Young had a bit of a dig back.
Chase Young wasn't happy being called out then,
basically,
basically.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he said, you know, haters going to hate everything, but it's not a hater. It's more of, it's a criticism to make him better
Yeah,
player.
oh, you
so,
can't call your
you
manager
know,
a hater.
You know when people like say things like that, it's how you take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certain players would have took that on the chin and went, you know what, he's got a fair point.
Yeah.
However, Chase Young's got his back up.
It's just a
'cause-
little bit of immaturity.
Like other players could have took with the back up, but used it
yeah.
as
Whereas
fuel sort of thing.
Chase Young's took it as offensive rather
Yeah.
than using it as motivation to go, well, I'll fucking show that prick.
Yeah.
Tom Brady was at his conference here at the end.
No.
45-second press conference.
No.
So you know you're meant to give so much time to
Yeah.
the presser, aren't you?
Yeah.
45 seconds, one word answers. Belichick all over again. It was just like we thought you'd done with Belichick. We thought you got.
No, but that's Tom Brady though. He done that at the Bucks last year when the Eagles beat him,
No, but
and he wouldn't shake Nick Foles' hands.
thing
This is
though,
Tom
like,
Brady. But
why-
you show me a sore loser, and I'll show you the loser.
But
Show
when
me a good loser, and I'll show you the loser.
well, when you throw 2 picks early on, you've
There
then
as well.
you've then got to sit there for the whole game knowing that, do you know what, we're not going to get back into
So
this.
his face on the sideline when we were on this 10-minute drive was just like, you could say, get me on the field, get me on the field, get me on the field. And the best way to keep him off the field is just fucking
Just don't let him get near it. Yeah, just
And then
fucking.
obviously, the coach of Bruce Arians basically said we're a dumb team at the moment. We're giving them too many penalties, and that was probably true of the game as well. That killed them.
Well, Gibson's touchdown was good as well,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Good push
Yeah.
from the line, yeah. Like
So,
the
and
goal line literally got
There
him.
was thing whether you think I was thinking he's going to kick this, he's going to fucking kick it. You know what I mean?
Moving on.
Yeah.
Cleveland without OBJ.
I'm done with fucking
Pats
Browns.
45, Browns 7.
Finishing the Browns now.
You finishing them?
Browns are done.
The Browns are.
Finished. Baker
Nick Chubb and
Mayfield
Kareem
is
Hunt.
finished, yeah.
The minute you put it in Baker Mayfield's hands, it's just over.
And Dennis Johnson had a good game.
Yeah, but he's not Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, is he? So
Well, the Pats showed him to be. They made him very one-dimensional, and then you see Nick Chubb away from the game.
well, that was always going to. Nick Chubb was out. The minute Nick Chubb was out, I believe this was only going one way. The minute Chubb was out.
Do you know what?
I know you're saying
I bet. I
Pats
thought-
was going to make it. Pats going to make it one-dimensional. I think Cleveland, like, they had nothing else.
Yeah.
Like Baker Mayfield makes it one-dimensional because without a running game, without men open, he can't do anything. He can't like put it in tight. I don't think he can put it in tight
How many
places.
running backs the Pats have every single season that you could pick.
Do you know
Who
what?
goes
This-
100 yards a game?
I'll tell you right
It's
now,
just like
this upsets me because, so you know, in that £125 league,
Yeah,
so the day before, so on Saturday, I was looking and I was thinking, my team's finished. I need a
Yeah.
running back and I need a wide receiver. And
Stevenson.
no, so I did pick up Stevenson,
left on the bench.
but because I needed that many players, I got like 3 or 4 in one go.
Yeah,
And then I was like, right, I need to pick a flex player. And I was like, do I go Stevenson against the Browns, where their defense is actually decent at stopping the run and has been all year, or do I go Alan Lazard with Aaron Rodgers back? And I was like, do you know what? I'll go Lazard, 1.5 points. Ramondre Stevenson, 29.
Horrible.
£125 league. I'd have won if I'd have started Ramondre Stevenson.
Horrible. Yeah. Well,
upsetting.
You say about the Pats. Now, that's who the Pats are, isn't it? This is who the Pats are.
They're not very...
And, like, you can't blame the Browns. Like you say, Dennis Johnson played well. But the Mac had a running game, was able to use his running game to his advantage to carve up the Browns when he needed to.
Mac Jones is
Baker Mayfield, hasn't he?
He's the business, isn't he?
He's just, I don't know. I told you, haven't I? I think the Pats are back and it's upsetting, and I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it, Mark. Okay?
Yeah, I do. Mac Jones.
What have I just said? I don't want to talk about it.
I'll ask what you want to say.
It's like, you know what? This is like, this is like when you get with a bird at the same friendship group and you split up. And then what happens is you're still hanging around the same friendship group, and you're like, "Oh, we met so and so's new fella. Like, why are you telling me about it? He seems all right, though. You know, I don't want to. I don't care. I don't care how nice he seems. Fuck off. And fucking Pats are back, and it's annoying me. I don't want to talk about it. I'm surprised you want to talk about it. Fucking horrible cheating cunts.
Sorry, what?
Cowboys 43, Falcons 3.
I thought this was going to be about 80.
Awful.
I thought Cowboys were going to put 80 points on them at one point.
I think Cowboys could have put 80 points
took
on them if they
Prescott
wanted
in the
to.
fourth quarter, didn't he?
Well,
What?
So it was Cooper Rush against Josh Rosen in the fourth quarter.
I thought it could have been 80 points.
Yeah, they just fucking battered them.
Absolutely fucking destroyed.
Do you reckon that's the Falcons' little revival finished, over and done with, back to being? You might as well
win
tank.
2 more games though.
Well, they be kicking themselves as they do because they're just going to lose.
They're going to be stuck in Ferguson forever. Not quite bad enough to get it to be
after
there.
Cowboys Broncos
Should have got rid
loss.
of Matt Ryan and took QB.
Yeah, after Cowboys Broncos loss, are they just back? Was that just a blip?
Yeah.
We fully believe in the Cowboys this year.
Well, he's playing a poor Falcons team, but yeah, the Cowboys. Every team has that game.
Well, we know. We'll know next week about 2 teams what we win in just that one game alone. Cardinals 10, Panthers 34. He's back. The Mac is back.
This was just the Cardinals falling apart at the beginning.
Well, this was just Colt McCoy, just
At the beginning.
same as Mike. Same as Mike White, innit? He had his little game. Well done, but you're not. There's a reason you're not starting NFL
quarterback. He's not going to be able
quarterback.
to push it downfield to get if you
Well,
two scores down.
The Cardinals.
He also had no Hopkins, no Murray,
Not Kendrick. Sorry, the other fella for the Cardinals.
Chase Edmonds. Yeah.
No.
So his only real receiver was Zach Ertz, I think, and AJ Green.
Christian Kirk.
They just
yeah.
once you fuck up like
Yeah.
Tom Brady did that bad early on.
The problem is if you fuck up and they score off it,
Yeah.
it's huge,
The
isn't it?
team's so set up to play around Kyler Murray and how he plays. And you've got a quarterback who's just so... And I know Colt McCoy, who's there at Washington. He's the exact opposite, you know what I mean? He's a good backup, but he's not Kyler Murray.
So when Washington finally get a QB, Tyler Heineke to the Cardinals then?
As a backup.
Yeah.
Panthers, I know Tony's answer. With Cam on the centre, do we believe in him a bit more with that defence?
I believe him more because they've got Christian McCaffrey next to him.
Right, but as we all know, how long Chris McCaffrey lasts is a different matter.
As long as Cam Newton.
LA Chargers 20, Vikings 29.
The Chargers.
We said last week though, didn't we? We said the Vikings have always got these games in them where they'll beat the Chargers, then lose to someone shit next week.
The Chargers are always Spursy.
The Chargers are Chargers, yeah. Chargers are going to charge you. Like as good as Justin Herbert is, that team needs a massive culture change, and it takes more than 1 year to do it.
You know, because obviously these are the 9 o'clock games, weren't they?
Yeah.
So Cardinals, Chargers, Green Bay, Denver games. So I looked and I was like, might have a little tenner on who I fancy.
Yeah,
I'd have got one right.
which
One right out of 4.
Who's the one?
Green Bay.
I had Green Bay. I think I'd have got one right as well. So I wouldn't have bet on Chargers Vikings though, because I think Vikings, I've always got dead in them because they're wankers. They are just such a nothing team who will turn over someone, get you believe, try and get your hopes up again, and then will lose. So they'll lose.
Win two,
Yeah.
lose two.
Packers 17, Seahawks 0. You know, I don't like him. Certain players don't like Baker Mayfield. The other one, I think Tony joins me in this. Do not like Russell Wilson. It's all about him. Selfish cunt. The selfish cunt makes it all about him. He made...
the same about Rodgers, though, couldn't you? Same vein.
Yeah, but the thing with Rodgers is... I don't know. You see Rodgers put everything on the line. Besides from when he didn't run it in. I don't know. Rodgers is probably the same. But what I mean about the Seahawks is Russell Wilson made the whole injury about him.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
The whole injury was about... There was no, like... There was no the Seahawks getting better, like any wins. There's no Geno's done well. It was wait till I'm back. Wait, pins out, wins out, or take like pins for wins and shit like that. Fucking, he documentarized. I don't know what's the word. He documented the whole injury, all about the Russell Wilson show. So and he put so much pressure on the Seahawks having to play him. Because after all of that, if the Seahawks then didn't play him after declaring that he's ready to play, would have just caused mayhem. And I just think he's ruined that because he's not ready to play. He clearly wasn't ready to play. He's come out. He's a selfish cunt. He wanted the Rodgers Wilson show, and he wasn't good enough to play against them.
Well, we knew that anyway.
No, but what I mean is a full fit Russell Wilson is probably good enough against a full fit Aaron Rodgers, but he's not fully fit. But it was all about him. It was all about him and his pin out and making a big fucking grand entrance.
I think the weather as well.
I think a few of the other players probably felt the frustration to see TK Metcalf getting caught up in it.
No,
it was a face mask. So I think basically the DB just done a DB thing on him, you know what I mean? So then TK squared up to him, he pulled his face mask. So there's been a bit of an argy-bargy.
Yeah.
He swung for him as well, TK.
TK did.
Yeah. So it was just like, and stuff like that happens when you're not playing well. You know, when things are not going your way.
Yeah.
It's just stupid, isn't it? Like, if as a defender, I would be fully like...
You'd be in the ear all the time.
Me all day long.
I've got a helmet on,
massive,
hit me.
Yeah.
I've got a helmet on, hit me, you soft cunt.
I've got padding all over my body as well, so all you're going to hit me is
just
my leg.
Hit me.
Just
me calf.
Just fucking spark me. If I'm the kicker, I'd be up in his face.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Giving him fucking loads, going...
Spark him.
Go, listen, what are you really going to do? I'm clearly a better kicker than you.
Do you know
what I mean? Look at the size of my hands. I'd catch the ball better than you. Do you know what I mean? Just get in his head. Let him know he's in a game nice and early. And you just wind people up like that. Because once you show that once, that's it.
Yeah. That's
you know
all you're going to get.
So if I'm playing the Seahawks next week and I'm up against DK Metcalf, I'm in his fucking ear giving him fucking loads.
But that happens.
That's all you're going to get.
Most DBs... quite mild.
Well, most people should. Well, if you're a decent receiver, you'd have had it your whole life. So
yeah,
but you know, you push him now. You push him to the point where like,
because
you're getting little.
But all that shows,
you're
like,
getting little fucking like holds and stuff where you're like, fuck off, will you? You know, like you don't.
All that shows is though that he's frustrated in more than just.
Yeah,
he's frustrated with what's going on the Seahawks. Broncos 13, Eagles 30.
I never seen this coming.
This was an anything game.
This was an anything game, but before the game, because of what the Broncos had done against the Cowboys and the feelings we've all had about the Broncos for like a couple of years, thinking, just need to get over, you thought, yeah, they couldn't. I don't think anyone really believes in the Eagles. We all believe in their O-line and defensive line, but as a whole team, you don't really believe in them. But this just shows, like you say, these two are just...
I seen loads of people talking about like how good Hurts is, and it's like, He's not. He's just got an O-line that can kind of protect him enough so he can escape.
Like you say, anyone's good enough if they're protected well enough.
I think he's good enough till they decide if the next QB in the draft is right for them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So he's good enough to keep them for 3 years.
You know, he's probably the same as, and I don't hate him, so I'm not really trying to badmouth him by saying this, but he's probably the same as Baker. He's a good stopgap.
Yeah.
But the problem is,
if you want to win the big one,
the problem is, problem the Browns have got is they need Baker to be more than a stopgap because everything else is there, and there's no one else unless they went for someone like Rodgers. There's no one else there to.
Devonta Smith looked good.
Yeah, well, Devonta Smith's quality.
Absolutely climbs over certain.
Quality.
Look good, yeah.
Alabama
on Alabama.
Do you know that narrative before the season that like he was too small and he was too slight to play in the NFL?
Yeah, it's quality. Like you say, the timing's perfect. Raiders 14, Kansas 41. Either of you watch this, or do you want me to talk
Seen
about
a
it?
few bits and pieces.
Absolutely not. I don't watch the Kansas City Chiefs unless they lose.
Unless they lose, and then I watch it twice. So you said about you were trying Shaquille Barrett and that you were making them turn around by running down the throat. Chiefs done their own way of doing that. So the Chiefs had no right tackle. Wiley had to play right tackle. The players played so badly in the Super Bowl. I think it was his second or first start because both right tackles were injured. So it was Max Crosby against Andrew Wiley, and all the Chiefs done was picked on that matchup, knowing that Max Crosby was probably going to win it. So every time Max Crosby won it, it was over his head. They literally they had Darrell Williams or McCall Hardman or Kelsey for the little 7 or 8 yards still behind him going, yeah, you've won that. And now you've got to turn around and go and tackle him. And then they just go for 8 yards, 9 yards, 10 yards sort of thing. So they just kept picking on that. Like, yes, sounds, you think you've got an easy win.
Yeah, which you'd have. But we know you've got an easy win. Andrew Wiley played well. Andrew Wiley protected against them when he had to. But quite often it was like, yeah, we know you're going to get beat. Just let him get beat and we'll see you later.
Mahomes pick on Abram? John Abram, the safety as well?
Not really. I think the thing is the safety's coming up because they're blitzing.
He's not a coverage safety, is he? He's a big hitter, isn't he?
No, well, that's what the safety's coming up because like I say, because they're going to blitz. Max Crosby's going to win, so the safety's thinking, well, I'll come and get that next tackle. It wasn't so much that Mahomes was picking on; it was a case that
he looks like he was getting picked on.
It looks like he was getting picked on, but it's not really his fault. It was a case it was all you only ever go in one place. We were going to do it. Mahomes was brilliant. He stayed in his pocket. His feet were good. The Chiefs got 2 turnovers here. I think it was 2 turnovers early on. And then once we got the ball rolling, we got a turnover against us, but it was on special teams. And it was so silly. It was Mike Hughes, the cornerback. He was punt returning, gets it, returns it, and he goes for about 30-odd yards. And you sit there thinking, what a great return. We're flying here. We're going to go march down the field. And then you see it in him thinking, I'm flying here. I'll get some more. So rather than step outside, he literally had to step one step, and he was out of bounds. Yeah. We're on the 30, I think 40-odd yard line. Yeah. 30-odd yard return. No, we're doing the halfway line, right. So 40-odd halfway arse or 50 yards at the halfway line. It was a 30-odd yard return anyway already, and it was like, just step out. We're playing well. We're cutting through them, step out, and he steps inside. So the man's there, and he's like, step out, you're out of bounds. Yeah. Steps inside. As he steps inside, someone else comes, hits him, fumbles it, and they dive on it. And it's just fucking... But the thing was, all the Chiefs then done was took out Waller and just blitzed Carr, and then Carr was done.
Do you know, just on special teams, do you think if you were to always let it go and never ever try and take it back,
do
you think a fair catch up?
Do you think not even
make fair catch, let bounce,
just leave it all the time? Do you think you gain more of an advantage over time? You know, because it's all done statistically. Do you think because how often do you see a punt return? Once every 5 weeks for it to go the house.
Oh yeah, not even that.
Get 20 yards. Usually get fit because no one wants to start.
Yeah, but sometimes
how many
get
times do you fumble?
25 yards. Yeah.
Yeah, but most punt returners are receivers or running backs, so the ball skills should be good.
Okay, so all right, well maybe adjust to what I say. Maybe if there's enough time for you to catch it and run 10 yards and then run straight out of bounds, rather than trying to go through the traffic.
I think the worry's always the bounce, doesn't it?
Yeah,
that's the problem. The worry's always. But the problem is, I wonder how many times, if you just let it bounce, how many times will it bounce?
And then go backwards.
In your favour, and how many times it bounce in their favour, sort of thing.
Like, surely there must be a way of checking the statistics to
probably
see
is, as long as they reckon statistically you're always better going for it on fourth down, but no one does always do that.
Would you be better just not even attempting to retain it?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see the statistics on it. I think you probably always gain more yards than the odd fumble sort of thing.
Well, normally on every kickoff return, it goes straight out the back anyway. It's more punts in it.
Yeah.
So depending on position.
Yeah.
Unless you've backed them up to the inside their 10, well, I don't think there's any point.
But this is where aggressive teams, probably the better teams in the league, are coached to be more aggressive. So they know the advantage you can get if you've got a better field advantage starting off. Do you know what I mean? So it's so whereas like defense and offense is more about scheme and coaching.
Yeah.
Special teams is just purely about coaching. There's no scheme involved. It's purely
that's why most special teams coach ends up being head coach.
Yeah. So it's purely about the coaching aspect, making sure they've got fundamentals, make sure they know what to do in certain situations. And like you just said, then instead of taking the step inside, you make sure you run out to play. Yeah. You know what I mean?
This did feel like the Chiefs were not that they were back, but that they were finding themselves again, because like They had special teams, so they had a fake punt. They would do it. I think they were 13 points up, and we're having a point of the way. They had a fake point through it, got the first down. Just thinking, well, let's just go for it because we trust ourselves. It's a 2-score game. Yeah. But it's a 2-score game. We get if it works, we score points. We just killed them. If it doesn't work, we can just go and get them points again. And it's a 2-point score game again. Get back in the Reds. It just felt like they were like even Mahomes when he did start moving, went back to you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna try things, and he threw a crossfield ball to Darrell Williams, who then went up and got it like a receiver. Like literally, it looked like he was going to have an interception, and he cut in front, caught it, and then went into the end zone. And it was all that, the kind of thing that you'd say, luck, that we've had for the last 3 years was there again. Yeah. And it was just the Chiefs being better. They weren't killing themselves. They weren't doing turnovers. They weren't doing that. Mahomes played sensible to start, and then once we had the lead, could afford then to just go and fucking.
Like Mark said, it was a good week for.
Yeah, even though his first throw was a lefty throw, that was a completion. 49ers 31, LA Rams 10. I don't think any of us saw this. I saw it this morning, and it's everything that people worry about for Kyle Shanahan.
Run game.
Just all run game. He just ran it down the throat.
Debo ran the ball 5 times as well.
Ran it down the throat.
Proper run, like not
just like proper running, proper as a running back. Yeah. Not as a sweep, as running backs. It would go Mitchell. Who's the other one they got? It wasn't Sherman. Jeff Wilson, Debo, and the three of them were just running it down the necks. And even when it was like first one didn't go anywhere, second and long, they'd run it again. And every now and again, Garoppolo had to throw it because they were running so much. Then Debo was finding space. And I think the other thing was Garoppolo had a good game. He had to make a couple of tight window throws, and he nailed every one of them.
I thought Kittle and Jimmy G were out. So I don't know where the fuck
I thought Jimmy G was going to be out. I thought I knew Kittle was in. But I heard Jimmy G was going to be out, but he wasn't. He played. And he played really well, but they took it out of his hands, really. And when he had to make a throw, though, he did make a throw. But yeah, it was just everything that people love about Kyle Shanahan. It was about them. Like, the Rams have normally got a good running defense.
He's got a bit of a
Aaron Donald's normally good. But he...
Rams have had, a couple of games.
Couple of losses, especially since Von Miller and since OBJ.
It's back to back.
Packers have sort of snuck into that first place, that first seed now.
Packers are just one of them teams where you just go about the business and win games, and you don't really realise at the top until you realise at the top.
Yeah. If you ask me personally what I think it says about the 49ers, I think everyone felt the Rams were going to piss it, and I felt the Rams thought they were going to piss it as well, because the way they were playing, Stafford was launching it everywhere. It's like they had no fear about the 49ers.
Yeah. Too good. Like, they're too good.
Too complacent. And it was the same as last week when against the Titans. I think they thought against the Titans when Derrick Henry was going to be out, they were going to beat them.
They're on bye this week anyway.
But, I think they'll come back not a different team, but they'll come back better.
Every team has a gate. Every team has like a little blip, don't they?
You've had a few of these games, though, no? Rams.
It's just
everyone does, though, don't
they? It's one of them. You get to your bye week and you go again.
Bucks had it as well, didn't he? So moving on, we got the fantasy catch up, the listener league, the one where Mark's going to owe someone a jersey because he's bottom.
Beat by 3 points.
Fucking hell, Mark.
Yep, he did get beat by 3 points.
You won a game.
2.
So, fucking hell, that could be a shock if he
2
didn't.
out of 10.
So week 10. Second in the league, Rob 7-3, F and Fat Pricks, 199. Don't worry about it, Tony. 199 beat top of the league, who was also 7-3, Steve, on 177. Let's see how everyone else got on. Tom Salah Akbar, now 5-5 and in 6th place, beat Sheehan. Team name to be determined, who's now 3rd. He got 95. Last place, obviously, Mark, 123. Got beat by winning for Wes, who is 1 place above him, 3-7, 126. And 4th place, Tony, sneaking into the playoffs. Fuck the commissioner. 196. Beat EFC Denver, who is now
196. Didn't even do me team.
Same record as you, 131.
What's my team there? 196. Fucking Debo Samuel's in there, isn't he?
Well, yeah, Patrick Mahomes, he got 50 points.
Fucking boom.
DeAndre Swift, 22. Jonathan Taylor, 33. Cooper Kupp, 35. You had a big VAT 0 for Tyler Higgins on a bye. Darren Schultz, 3.4. Your team's so good. Dalvin Cook, 23.8. Your kicker was on IR. He's the Lions kicker. So a big VAT 0. Dolphins, 28 points on defense.
I was waiting for my kicking spot to open up.
So you had Leonard Fournette on the bench that you could have brought in.
How many points could I have scored here?
Well, Leonard Fournette and Scary Terry would have got you another 42 at least.
Fucking hell.
Fucking idiot.
And yeah, still.
And then a kicker, another kicker would have been 5 points. So yeah, you could have just fucking blown it away. But well.
Oh well. Look at my team and still win. Fucking hell, Mark, you'd love that.
You are so bad, Mark.
You know what? I drafted that team as well. So I drafted my team and I haven't done it. I think I've done it once in the whole time. And yeah, I've still.
To be fair, I've had loads of fucking injuries on this.
Oh,
you should foresee them, shouldn't you?
In the charity league, we've gone 5-5 now.
What the fuck's that score?
Well, no, these are Russian fumble. To be fair to them, these are the lads that.
They let their listeners draft.
They let the listeners draft if they paid if they paid for the charity. So they got 22. We got 126.
Still beat Mark.
Who've they drafted though?
Look at the team. Nobody. They let the listeners pick the draft, as in like, but the listeners didn't pick it properly. The listeners all paid money to pick,
right?
To try and give them the worst team possible. And like, I was
picked your team there, Mark.
Fucking Geis is on the bench there.
Yeah, well, as you can see, the team. So yeah, we won that league. That now puts us.
So we got a bye, basically.
Yeah, basically. Puts us 6 out of 12. I think that puts us in the playoff position. Yeah, 6.
Fellas who organised the league are 10-0.
Yeah.
It's a fix, innit?
Feels like I've robbed Thomas move.
That's a fucking fix.
I'm sure their team isn't even that great.
See their team.
Yeah, we're in the playoffs. The team's not even that special. Oh, you know what it is? It's because you got Kelsey and you got tight ends worth 3 times them as many points, aren't you, in this league?
Oh, yeah.
Because they made that fucking dodgy.
I bet they were one of the fucking early picks as well.
Yeah,
probably, yeah.
First pick, Travis Kelsey. Yeah. Scumbags.
Yeah, so that's the fantasies. Let's go through the games next week. Already know one definite bet.
Dolphins -3 against the Jets is a fucking serious banker.
Is that what Dolphins are? Fucking hell.
Titans or Colts are playing Texans this week as well.
Falcons, so originally yesterday, Falcons Patriots was -5.5, which we said I said was shocking. Yeah. I said take it early while you can get it. The Pat's still at 7. I completely agree. Bills Colts. Oh, it's a big good game.
Colts +7.5 there.
Yeah. I'd take Colts on that one.
I'd take Colts in the handicap. Do you take Colts just on the line? Yeah,
on the handicap.
Yeah. Panthers Washington.
See Washington all day.
I'd take Washington all day because Cam Newton's
taking Panthers. Cam Newton 4 touchdowns against Washington. He might get all 10 for me, mightn't he?
Yeah, would you want to bet that he's going to score 4 touchdowns against Washington?
No.
Shit bag.
Do you want to bet he's going to score 2 touchdowns against Washington?
No.
Yeah. Bears Baltimore Ravens. Bears off a bye, I think. Yeah. 6 points in it. I'm going Ravens, 6 points. Get themselves healthy again. Browns Lions.
Lions are going to win. The Jew. Browns are shit.
You think?
The Jew won soon. And then I thought I had it this week. But
I think we can cover the spread.
You're so close to have it.
I'm going with the Lions to win outright.
I'll go with the Browns, not against the spread, though, just the Browns. Jags 49ers.
I think Shanahan's scheme's up enough to fuck.
Yeah, so do I. I think 49ers going to go on a little run now.
Packers
everyone's going to start going on about believing them again. Because it's fucking against the Vikings, because the Vikings have just beat the fucking Chargers and everyone believes them again.
Points.
It's fucking silly, isn't it? Packers all day. Jets Dolphins. Damn it, Dolphins are only -3.
That's the biggest banker you'll ever.
All day. Eagles Saints. Saints -2.
Saints do bits on defense, don't they?
Yeah, I wouldn't touch this myself.
Touch it, no.
Anytime you want to jump in, Mark, you can. Titans, Texans. It's a nice
Titans
buy
all
for
day.
Titans, isn't it? Get themselves a bit fitter while they're still without Julio Jones.
Texans win this.
Really?
Fuck off.
I do.
Really?
Honestly, Texans win this.
Raiders, Bengals.
And if not, they cover the handicap.
I think these two teams were on a bit of a downward spot.
I think
the Titans have beat two teams now in the last 2 weeks that people would have thought they wouldn't have won because of the injuries and because of what's going on.
It's going to catch up.
So I think the Rams, they beat the Rams. Everyone was like, fucking hell, they beat the Rams.
Yeah.
Saints game, I think a lot of people will have bet on the Saints to beat the Titans. So now I think Titans are due a loss.
Fair enough.
Texans are due a win.
Raiders,
Titans
Bengals.
are due a loss, though. So Texans win just because of that.
Raiders, Bengals. I'm going Bengals. I'm going to get right game for the Bengals.
Yeah,
Coming off a bye. They got themselves together. They started well. I think they get right. Chiefs, Cowboys. I wouldn't go near this game.
I'd take the Cowboys on the plus because I don't think there's going to be many points separating you.
I think it's going to be a shootout. But
yeah, but I just think.
I think it's going to be a shootout.
It'll come down to 1 or 2 points.
It depends. It depends how much. Because everyone's saying so everyone wants to be hype. Go Chiefs are back, which is bullshit.
Diggs 2 interceptions.
Everyone wants to say Chiefs are back, which is bullshit.
One of the worst.
But the thing with me is, it takes more than one game. But the Chiefs think they're back. That's a big difference. Yeah. Big difference is how the Chiefs feel about themselves, rather than about what everyone else is saying.
Yeah. Kelsey having a swagger back is huge.
Yeah, and Matthew was so good on Sunday against Wallace. So I'm not going to back against the Chiefs, but I wouldn't touch it.
Must be high.
56.
That's high. What do you think?
28 each.
It's in.
Yeah, I'd say so. Seahawks, Cardinals.
Cardinals all day.
Depends if Murray's back or not.
Yeah, and
Murray's back at Cardinals. Without Murray, I wouldn't touch it. Don't trust either of them. Chargers, Steelers. I think Chargers get right game for the Chargers.
Then it wouldn't surprise me.
Really?
It wouldn't surprise me the Steelers to shut them down.
Yeah. It depends if Big Ben's back on. If Mason Rudolph's not winning the game.
Justin Herbert, as good as he is, when he plays a good defense, he just struggles.
I just can't see Mason Rudolph winning the game. That's the only thing. So it depends who's under centre. Possibly. And last but not least, Buccaneers against the Giants, -10. I'd take the Giants on the handicap.
As well. I just think the Giants on defense aren't as bad as everyone makes out.
The Giants have been quite plucky. I think Daniel Jones is quite good as well. I wouldn't. I think if you. I think
the same quarterback as Tyler Heineke.
Yeah. I think Daniel Jones is well better.
But you know what I mean.
I think
in terms of the way they play, they could easily pull off the same. I
think if you're the Browns, Daniel Jones would be a great get for you. I think he'd take your game up a bit. But yeah, thank you, boys. We'll discuss quarterbacks next week. We didn't do the philosophical thing because we're talking too much shite.
Plugging out of the podcast, aren't we?
Dad's Pod. Can't wait for Dad's Pod. That's what we're going to call it as well, Dad's Pod. Like Dad's Pod, innit?
I thought that was it.
That was very good, From Lombardi.
That's it, done for you, I haven't got no more.
Yeah, that was your one joke of the year. Well, Mark. Anyway, thank you very much. Thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, share, all that shite. It's that important. Share, the biggest one. You see our clip anyway, share it for us, because it costs you nothing. Takes a second, and it's massive for us. So thank you very much. Ta-ra.
See you later.